Shri Thangwang Wangham from NPP party.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise here to participate in the discussion on the Golden Jubilee of our Legislative Assembly. It is both a privilege as well as honor for me to stand in this august house on the Golden Jubilee of our Legislative Assembly. Sir, this house, this Assembly House, is not just a building. It is the living chronicle of Arunachal Pradesh political history. Every debate, every resolutions, every commission and omissions, including every sacrifice of the honorable members, has given shape to the destiny of our state. On this very historic occasion, I would like to extend my deepest and my heartfelt congratulations to all the legislators, the past and the present, and especially to those founding leaders who built our democracy from the very scratch. Those legislators are rightly called as the architect of Arunachal, for they have built the very framework of our democracy bricks by bricks, vision by vision, and ensuring that Arunachal find its rightful place in the Indian Union. I hereby bow and salute with gratitude to our pioneers, our first Chief Minister, Honorable P.K. Thonggunji, our first Lieutenant Governor, late K. Rajaji, and those speakers and deputy speakers and the councillors and the legislators. Their vision have made us possible to lay the foundation of this house, and they have shown us the way forward. Thanks to their wisdom and their foresight, Arunachal took a rare and exceptional part in the advent of our political history, moving directly from the richness of our ancient traditions to the modern democracy, without passing through long struggle of medieval era. That is the uniqueness. That is the uniqueness of our political history, our strength and our pride. Let us also remember with profound respect those leaders who are no more among us today. Their voices may have fallen silent. But their convictions and their commitments echo till today. And their service remain inscribed in the very soil of Arunachal Pradesh. Speaker sir, true leaders are like the candle. True leaders are like candle. They burn themselves to give light to others. And today, we stand ignited with the framework of democracy and the legacy they left us. Speaker sir, while honoring and remembering the great political journey of our past, the past history of Arunachal Pradesh, the political history of Arunachal Pradesh, we must pause to retrospect, to reflect on how it all had happened, it all had begun. From the very days of the frontier trek to the frontier agency, and from the renaming of Arunachal to renaming of NEFA to Arunachal Pradesh as Union Territory, and eventually aligning with the statehood, I would like to here acknowledge our historical flaws, our loopholes that we have committed in our law-making process. That is for our retrospection. We have to reflect to our past. At times it feels like it is due to the ignorance, and it is due to lack of knowledge and lackadaisical approaches of our leaders. The very enactment of the Arunachal Pradesh Statehood Bill 1987, it was accepted in a very lump sum manner. It was accepted in a very lump sum manner because there is no adequate provision in it. There is no adequate provision of safeguard for the identity, for the customs, traditions, the natural resources of the Arunachal Pradesh. That was our flaws and the loopholes in our law-making process. For example, our neighbor state, the Nagaland, is put under Article 371A, which provide for the protection of indigenous customs, customary law, their religions, and they have the sovereignty over their land and resources. Similarly, the Article 370 given to Jammu and Kashmir, they have the special constitutional power with the separate constitution, their state flags, and the autonomy of the internal administration. Of course, now it has been withdrawn by the government of India. Still then, they enjoyed that safeguard provision, that facility, which we have failed miserably to achieve while framing the Arunachal Pradesh Statehood Bill of 1987. The Arunachal Pradesh Statehood Bill was put under 371H of the Indian Constitution, which is nothing other than the special power to the governor during the law and order crisis. There is no explicit safeguard provision for the indigenous tribal culture, tribal customary law, the rich natural resources of the state. So the only safeguard provision by the Inner Line Regulation of 1873, which provide for the protection, of right and autonomy of the indigenous population, and the protection, preserve of the unique culture, the social structure, and the customary law. This is from the British era. This 1873 Eastern Bengal Regulation Act, it is from the British area. But when we frame our own law for the attainment of the statehood from the government of India, we fail miserably. We fail miserably to seek the special provision in our statehood bill. Without such constitutional provision, safeguard provision, the state would have to suffer a lesser bargaining power with the center. It is just for a retrospection. However, it is as the wisdom of this assembly that they can approach the government of India, they can negotiate with the government of India, and seek for more safeguard provisions by revisiting the Arunachal Pradesh Statehood Bill of 1987. This is my just submission for the retrospection to reflect as to what we have done, good things or the bad things. No, we cannot say only the good things, something bad, but because every human is a mixture of good and bad. This assembly also might have committed something wrong. That also has to be pointed out. Today is the opportunity. In this historic occasion, we have to say every good and bad that we did as the elected representative of the state. Speaker, sir, the legislature, the honorable MLA, they played a very important role in developing the state. They are an agent of development. They are a link between the government and the people. So I think this is my opinion that the MLA should be given a appropriate working place. MLA should be given the appropriate working place with the working atmosphere to increase their working efficiency and to attain the public grievances, and also to discuss with the head of the department, the HODs, about the developmental issues of their constituency. So this is my submission that this assembly may approach the government, this assembly may pass the bill or decide to provide a dedicated MLA office in every constituency. This is my submission. On this very important and historic occasion of the Golden Jubilee celebration, the MLA should be given a dedicated office in his constituency. Because MLA looks after many departments, 60 or 70 departments, the youth departments, the workers, and many others, the sick patients, and the financial assistance seekers, and many. So MLA has to look after various sections of the people, many departments. So he needs a proper working place, because his family is disturbed. Every day and around the clock people will come to his house for seeking help, for advice. So it is imperative, advisable that we decide for a dedicated MLA office in every constituency with the proper staff to support the MLA in working for the people. Sir, on this occasion, I would like to say that the maturity of any organization, including this legislative assembly, it cannot be counted by the silver jubilee or a golden jubilee. It cannot be counted by the silver jubilee or the golden jubilee it attains. But very humanly speaking, it is measured by the service it renders, the policy it makes, and the governance it gives to the people as mandated. So this legislative assembly must act as a think tank and try its best to legislate a fair and ethical laws, a fair and ethical policies. So we need to improve. We need to improve the standard of our assembly proceeding also. Any policies or any rules or law, whatever we frame, it must be consensus driven. It must be consensus driven, and it must be people friendly. So sometime I think that there must be a mechanism to involve the youth, to involve the civil societies, to involve the senior citizens, the social thinkers, and the political scientists, to give us ideas, to give us knowledge and experience about what we are going to frame in the assembly. we may not be binding, this assembly may not be binding on the suggestion and advice of the public, but that advice and the suggestion, they will ignite us, they will make us understand the things. Because we generally, our practice is that bureaucrats, the officers, they drop the rules, they drop the law, and the House pass it without any thoughtful and prolonged discussion and debate. Sufficient time is not given. Sufficient opportunity is not given to all the members to know, to understand the pros and cons, the merit and demerit, and the future consequences of the proposed law, the rules and the policy that we are planning to frame in this August House. So I think proper mechanism should be here. Time should be given. Any law that we make should be very people's friendly and must be consensus driven. So Speaker sir, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to express my opinion on this glorious 50 years golden jubilee of this August Legislative Assembly. Sir, Arunachal Pradesh holds a unique place in the strategic heart of the Northeast. Unique place in the strategic heart of Northeast. A tribal state is rich in culture, rich in history and the natural resources. Our journey from the hills to the valley, hills and valley to the corridor of modern democracy, it is the testament to our unity, our courage and our vision. Let us carry forward this legacy with humility and determination. Let us also ensure that every laws we pass, every reforms we bring, and every commission and omission we make is for the better, stronger, brighter and more inclusive Arunachal Pradesh. Together we will continue to transform all these challenges into an opportunity and dreams into a reality. I thank every one of you. I thank Speaker sir. I thank all the thanks and congratulate all the former legislators, former chief ministers, former speakers for being with us today in this auspicious occasion of the Golden Jubilee celebration. So I thank you, every one of you. Thank you, sir.